Hello everybody. I'm making this video because I recently got a new reel for my rod. Now the rod, it's just the Striper Stealth. You hear me talk about it a lot. I really like it. But that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the reel. This is the Okuma convector CV55L. Now, here in Canada, a lot of people use these for salmon fishing, and I know a lot of people use them for halibut fishing. But I know you can also use them, and they're pretty good, in salt water. I've seen people use them for sailfish, and for tarpon, and for grouper. They're a pretty decent reel. Like, they're not outstanding in any regard, but for what you're paying, it's a pretty good reel. I'd recommend putting some extra oil in it, but other than that, it's a pretty good reel. I have the level wind variant, however they do sell a non-level wind variant, and you can also get the CV45, 30, 20, and 10. Anything that isn't the CV55L, you can get them with a line counter, and you can get them in open face. I got the level wind because that's the one that was available, and I just kind of like level winds. And I have on here 530 yards of 80-pound braid and a top shot of 30 yards of 80-pound monofilament. That 80-pound mono is currently going down to a split ring, which is often what I use instead of a swivel because I accidentally bought 200 of them. And that's going down to a section of 80-pound fluoro with a 3/4 ounce bullet weight and 2 rubber bands with loops on them, so that I can adjust the depth and so that I can attach a balloon onto this, because this I'm using for balloon fishing for muskie and pike. Essentially, you just put a balloon on here, you set the depth you want, and then it'll slowly drift around with the balloon and the 2 big hooks on 200-pound steel. And the reason I bought this for was because it was a relatively cheap reel. It had a rod clamp, which is always nice to see, and these harness lugs. It's also got a really thick handle with an oval handle, and it fits in the hand real nice. Steel spool, stainless steel gears, graphite body. It's a relatively heavy reel, I will say that. Like, for how big it is, it's definitely a hefty boy. It does not have an automatic clutch release, I think it's called, or an automatic clutch. So you can't just reel in, you actually have to go click the lever for it to reel in. It boasts about 20 pounds of drag, so relatively decent, useful for sailfish, smaller tuna, stuff like that. I've seen a lot of people I've seen a lot of people say a lot of bad stuff about this reel. I think that's just because it's an Okuma reel, so I don't know why, but a lot of people really like to hate on Okumas. I think they're pretty good reels. Personally, I don't care about the brand. If it's a good product, I'll buy it. But yeah. Hopefully I'll get some testing done on this. I'll test it in fresh and salt water. Then in a year I'll come back and tell you how much I like it. So far, so good. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. And see you in the next video. Bye.